Do you prefer to live in a brand new home that no one else has ever lived in before? If the answer is yes, then pre-construction new build might be a good choice for you. But there's one thing. Normally, it takes a couple years from the day you sign the purchase agreement to the day that builder finish building, and then you can actually move in. Especially it's a high-rise condominium apartment. It's like a 3-4 years time. So if you want to move in soon, within the next couple months or in a year, then the time might be too long. So some people, they would come to a decision to say, I still want to live in a brand new home, but I will take over assignment. What is an assignment? Assignment is for someone, let's call this person A. He or she bought a pre-construction home at the initial launching from the developer. So he or she holds it for a couple of years. Right before couple months or half year before the closing, A gets the notification from the developer to say at what time you're going to have the interim occupancy, you can assign. So then A decides to say, I don't want to go to the actual closing. I'm going to sell my contract to someone else. I will find a new buyer to take over my contract. So he or she, the new buyer, let's call it B. B will take over the contract and proceed to the closing with the developer. So this action is called assignment. So for B, the reason he wants to take over the assignment mostly is for two reasons. The first reason is to say, normally assignment's price is slightly lower than the market price. Why is that? Because assignment, according to the regulation, cannot be listed on MLS. So the sales of assignment is not public. So when a listing agent take the listing of an assignment, he or she has very limited channel to promote this assignment product. So the sales of assignment is a lot more challenging than a resale home. So in order still to generate enough sufficient amount of offers, very often the listing agent and the seller, A, they want to reduce the price a little bit to make the product, to make the assignment attractive. So if B finds this one and it happens to be a good fit, normally he can take this as a bargain because it's very often slightly lower than the market price. This is reason number one. Reason number B is that he can, the buyer, person B, he can move in to a brand new home a lot sooner than if he gets a brand new pre-construction assignment at the very beginning, at the initial launching by the developer, which we just talked about. It's gonna take him 3, 4, 5 years before he can actually move in. So this is why. So then, if that's the case, why don't everyone buy assignment moves in faster and cheaper than the resale price, cheaper than the market? This one thing as a buyer, new buyer, a person B, he needs to pay extra attention. The cash requirement for takeover assignment is very different than if you buy pre-construction directly from a developer. Let's take an example. If we buy a pre-construction condo, let's say costing 800,000, and we are resident, we are Canadian resident, so very often the down payment, the deposit is required 20%, right? So 800,000 is 20%. The cash required to us, to the person B, is going to be 160,000, correct? However, if he takes over assignment from a previous buyer who bought it for 600,000, but now he wants to sell it for 750, this is what's going to happen. You first need to cover all the deposit A paid to the developer, which is 600,000, 20%, which is 120K, right? And now A wants to sell this assignment instead of 600 to sell it at 750. He wants to make 150,000 as a margin. This is just for example. I'm making up this number, but you get the theory. So now B needs to pay not only the 20% deposit A paid to the developer, but also the margin A is trying to make, which is 150K, right? So as a whole, B needs to pay 120,000 plus 150,000 equal 270,000. So for the property worth 750K, B needs to pay as a whole 270,000 to seller A. So now you can see the cash requirement for B now is very different if he chooses to take over assignment than if he directly buys a pre-construction from a developer. The difference is 270K versus 160K, correct? Even though if he buys directly from a developer, the project costs 800,000, right? So the difference actually is quite big. It's 90,000 more expensive, 90,000 more cash requirement if he wants to take over assignment. So I just want to caution the buyer. Yes, it is. You will get the project, you will get the unit a bit cheaper than the market, but then you also need to examine your cash availability, because you need to prepare for not only the deposit that A paid for the developer, but also the capital gain that A is trying to make. So yeah, this is today's talk about taking over assignment. It has its pros, but then it also requires higher cash preparation. So subscribe to my channel, and in the future, I will keep sharing this type of real estate knowledges and buying and selling tips. And if you have any question, just message me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.